Welcome to another Ikea Kallax hack. If you can call it a hack. People call it hacks, upcycles. We'll go with makeover. First step is to clean. Clean with sugar soap. You'll be surprised of how much dirt is on these Kallax units. Second stage is to sand. Once all dry from cleaning, go in with a 120 grit sandpaper and sand the whole unit down. Sure to use a damp cloth to get all the excess dust off from sanding. Then you need to bring it inside or wherever you are able to paint. The room is my workshop and is pretty much where I paint most of my projects. Let's get painting. I'm using Frenchique's furniture paint. I'm using the shade Funky Dora from the Lazy range. I actually started off with a roller here, but then decided I prefer to paint with a paintbrush. I then took out two shelves with my multi-tool. I filled them with some wood filler and left it to dry overnight. I then put some MDF on the back. I used some glues and some nails for this. I'm using a nail gun here, but you can just use normal nails. Then I went in with the cork, just around the edges of the MDF, just to kind of tie it in more. Next day, took it outside and sanded it. This is where I actually went wrong, because taking it back inside, it fell and I broke it. I then cut down some timber that I got from B&Q. This was to make the top and the bottom bigger and longer, taller, because I wanted it a little bit taller. Then I attached them with glue and screws. Then I got some MDF and just wrapped that around so it kind of tied in with the rest of it. I applied 2 coats of finishing coat from Frenchique paint on all the MDF. This is just so that it gives a better finish on porous kind of surfaces like MDF. Then I brought this Amazon kit that was a barn door kit from Amazon. So I attached that to the Kallax. I part drilled a hole and then put some glue in, and then did the screws. Then I made the barn door from MDF. I think I used 18mm and 9mm. And this is where I've got to. I then added a handle to the door. I just marked out where the halfway point was of the door, and then measured how big the handle was and kind of like went from there. There's lots of ways you can do this. I'm actually no good at it really. For the runners, I literally just use screws to screw them onto the actual door itself. They comes with bolts, but I use these screws. And here's the finished look. So I forgot to film on my normal camera, so this is actually taken from my phone.